Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
We begin with the local forecasters tracking another round of showers moving in.
Yeah, let's start with Paul Gross. And Paul, we've already had a wet night. Are we also looking at a wet morning commute?
Well, I think the good news is that a lot of this is going to be gone. In fact, I think all of it's going to be gone by the time we get to that morning commute. So anything that we get overnight is going to be run off, and I think the roads will be either just dry or just damp. In any event, interesting kind of radar pattern here. Let me just take you through this. This is the band that went through earlier. Now, this just developed, as I'll show you in a minute. And this, you can kind of see a bit of a swirl here. This is yet to rotate through the area. So let me put this in motion for you here. Come on. There we go. You can see now, here's this little dry spot that we had, but now here, look at this appendage right here. This thing just developed. Wow, look at that, just kind of developed right over Wayne and Macomb counties. But you can see this part right here is rotating through just like this. So areas north of 8 Mile, you're going to get the lion's share of what we get the rest of the night. South of 8 Mile, you can see it's more of a scattered pattern, and that's pretty much what we'll have there for the rest of the night. All right, temperatures right now have slipped into the mid-50s, a little quicker than I expected earlier, but basically mid-50s, but they're not going to drop a whole lot more because those numbers are close to the dew points. I think the rain's gone for the kids at the bus stop in the morning, 57. Afternoon, partly cloudy, 74, but we do have a scattered shower and storm chance late in the day. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Paul. In just hours, a West Michigan prosecutor will announce whether a Grand Rapids police officer will be charged in the shooting death of Patrick Lyoya.
Our Mara McDonald is live downtown tonight. Mara, the prosecutor in this case has been waiting on various forensic reports before he made this decision.
Kimberly, that's right. In this case, the information has been coming in waves. First, it was an MSP investigatory report. Then it was toxicology, finally forensics. And now he says he's ready to announce his decision.
What started as a traffic stop around 8 o'clock in the morning on April 4th escalated into a struggle between Grand Rapids police officer Christopher Schur and Patrick Lyoya, a Congolese immigrant. After being pulled over, Lyoya did not comply with the officer's directions. A chase and then a struggle ensued with the two men, and Lyoya grabbing the officer's taser. It ended with Officer Schur on top of Lyoya and shooting him in the back of the head. What we still don't know: what initiated that traffic stop? Was it simply an improper plate or more? Had Officer Schur had run-ins with Patrick Lyoya in the past because Lyoya had arrests for drunk driving and domestic violence? What we do know: toxicology reports show that Lyoya's blood alcohol content was more than 3 times the legal limit that morning. It found no sign of drugs in his system. The Kent County prosecutor has faced criticism his office hasn't made a charging decision faster. MSP was called in to investigate but turned over a report that was missing key details on forensics. The prosecutor's office said were critical before announcing a decision. Ven Johnson, the attorney for the Lyoya family, says he's concerned tonight because the prosecutor's office did not reach out to him or his clients prior to making this announcement.
They're the victims here, and it would really be nice for them to hear directly from the prosecutor, not that he's having a press conference tomorrow, but here's my decision and here's why. And obviously they're not going to get that from him. And to me, that's re-victimizing the victims, and it makes me very, very sad.
Johnson says that if Officer Schur is not charged tomorrow, that he and the Lyoya family are going to ask Attorney General Dana Nessel to step in. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Yeah. Okay, Mara, thanks.
It's a massive project along I-94 in downtown Detroit, and tonight we're learning just how much it will impact traffic. Pamela Osborne live along the freeway tonight with the timeline that MDOT just released, Pam.
Yeah, so we are standing where that bridge is going to be installed in about a month from now. And I know what you're thinking. You're looking and thinking there's a hole here about the size of a football field. How is this possibly ready to be installed? Well, look a little bit further over there. You'll see the bridge is already on site, nearly complete.
This is what's coming to 2nd Avenue in the city of Detroit. At 5 million pounds and 245 feet long, you're looking at the first of its kind tied arch bridge in the entire state. It'll be rolled out from the staging area near Wayne State's campus to I-94 soon. Here's where the closures come in. The bridge is expected to slide into place starting Sunday, July 10th. But in order for that to happen, the eastbound and westbound lanes of 94 will have to close between 75 and the Lodge. The first closure will last 7 days and will be followed by a second 5-day closure. The bridge boasts plenty enough room for everyone. Drivers will have 1 lane in each direction. Pedestrians and bikers will have their own 8 and 9 foot lanes as well. And once opened, it will connect neighborhoods to the north and south of 2nd Avenue.
So as you can see, what we're talking about is quite an upgrade from the original bridge that was built here in 1954. There will be posted detours for drivers, and next Thursday on the 16th, MDOT's going to be holding a virtual session for people to get more information about this pretty unique project as well as ways to get around it. Reporting live tonight, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Yeah, it really is, and I think people are who are envisioning this, going to have to wait to see the final product with it in place to really get the full picture of this.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pam.
You're right.
A new report claims the whistleblower who worked at the Abbott plant in West Michigan complained to the FDA about unsafe conditions more than a year ago.
According to the Wall Street Journal, the former worker filed a complaint back in February 2021 alleging equipment and safety issues. The plant wasn't shut down until 1 year after that, when the FDA investigated reports that 4 babies got sick after consuming formula made at the plant. 2 of the babies died. The plant is now back open, having resumed production last weekend.
The family of Madison Baldwin is suing Oxford schools in federal court. The 17-year-old senior was one of 4 students shot and killed at Oxford High School last November. Today, Madison's mother spoke publicly for the first time about how their family is coping with the loss.
And when I have to look at their faces every day and explain to them why her sister lost her best friend, why her other sister thinks she's still sleeping, why her brother associates her with an urn in our living room, it's not fair.
The family's attorney says they will be suing the district and employees who they claim were responsible for allowing the shooting to happen. Right now, the attorney for Oxford schools says they're reviewing the lawsuit.
An emotional day in our nation's capital with an 11-year-old girl appearing by video before a congressional hearing, telling lawmakers, quote, "I don't want it to happen again."
Myra Sierro, a 4th grader at Robb Elementary, told lawmakers in a pre-recorded message how she and her classmates hid behind their teacher's desk while the gunman burst into an adjoining classroom.
There's a door between our classrooms, and he went through there and shot my teacher and told my teacher goodnight and shot her in the head. And then he shot some of my classmates and the whiteboard. When I went to the barracks, he shot my friend that was next to me, and I thought he was going to come back to the room, so I grabbed the blood and put it all over me.
Amid growing outrage today, the Justice Department announcing a team of experts will review the police response, focusing on why police waited more than an hour to confront the gunman.
It'll again be a busy day in Washington tomorrow, with the House committee investigating the January 6th attack at the Capitol holding its first public hearing. The committee has spent almost a year investigating and will share its findings in a rare prime-time session. You can watch that right here on Local 4 with Lester Holt anchoring our special coverage beginning at 8 p.m.